Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a one-time thing.
Thanks so much.
We're gonna begin with just a warm-up flute song for you. Sweetwater, Manuk, Paul Chiofton Wagner. I'm from Salish First Nations people. We're happy to be here on such a beautiful day that we can come together. Can everyone hear? Okay?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So we're just so happy to come together today and share some prayer songs, to share our hearts with each other, to lift each other up today with this work that we do. This work that we do for our future generations, for our Mother Earth, for all people. Nobody is excluded in this work, CM, honorable ones. So I'd just like to begin with a heart song. Ashka CM for hearing this prayer. Thank you for hearing that prayer. We're just so happy to be here on such a beautiful day with the strength of our ancestors shining down upon us today, strengthening us. I'd like to invite the Blue Heron family here, Drum and Canoe Family and Dance, to offer a prayer song. Oh, sure. Sure, yeah, let me turn it up. Move it over here.
This song was first sung in December of 2006. It's public domain, which means if you learn the song, you can use it. It was created by Art Duran. Got a little bit of power out of that for a second.
Yeah, like 1 sec.
And created by Art Duran, now Nook. And it was first sung at my mother's funeral, so it's important for me. Whoa! Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank the Blue Heron. Who could raise their hands to the Blue Heron for that prayer song. Thank you, honorable ones. I'm going to go ahead and share a prayer in the language. I'm so honored to be here on the land of the Duwamish people. I do my best to try and honor the ways of the people of this land, because no matter where we travel on Turtle Island, it is my belief that we should honor those ancient ways that have been learned from the voice of our Mother Earth. She shares so much knowledge and wisdom with us. And those people that have lived on the land for so long, they've gathered and listened. They had a lot of time in those days. They had 9 months of the year to do spiritual work in those days. So they had a lot of time to listen to Mother Earth. And so I'm thankful for the Duwamish people allowing us to be on their land, their sacred Chachatangoch in my language. So I'm just going to give some words and a prayer. And if we could all pray together, there's an old way of our people that we could all just hold the thoughts that we want to see. There's so much work to do in this world. The tar sands, with the coal imports, all the things that are happening to our Mother Earth. So I'll go ahead and share some words, but if we can all join in, you can use your voice or just be silent. It's up to you. Haishka Thithaltsiam, Lalatenang Thanastiwiatsiam, thanking the Great Spirit to hear our prayer today, that He is Squachel this day. Quam the Sali said Aithla, Leatula, the Uthtelnach, Quam the Saltsitla, the elders, strength for them. Quam the Stalit cult, the children, seeing strength for our, who are our treasures, who are our true value. Haishka Thithaltsiam, thanking you, Spirit, for this day. Want to see strength for each and every one of the people here, so that we can do this work today with peace and love in our hearts, but with a great strength moving forward. That all the people around us can have a good vibration in their heart, in their sali, in their soul. Just want to see that strength for our bodies so we can do this work. See that strength, the Creator's light in our hearts, that we can lift each other up with our prayer, with the strength that we have. We can be there for our grandchildren and future generations. CM, Thethel CM, highest honorable one, Great Spirit. thankful for this day. I'm thankful for the love of our ancestors, that they can strengthen us, that we can walk with their determination and the love that they had in their heart for all things and all people, and the understanding that we are brothers and sisters. Each and every one of us upon Mother Earth are brothers and sisters, and that we can help each other. And that if some people are walking through life in a backwards way, that we can put our hand on their shoulder. In a good way, we can guide them in that peaceful way of our people. That we won't have any harsh words for them. That the love of all of our ancestors will give us that strength to have us move forward instead of being backwards. We don't want to be backwards, CM. Backwards people. We want to be forward people, moving forward in a good way. CM. Great Spirit, thank you for this day. Haishka, CM. Oh, thank you for helping with the prayer. CM Hela, honorable people. I would like to invite John Raymer from Protect the Sacred Washington to come here and share some of his good words and medicine with us. Aishka, please welcome.
Hello neighbors. What an honor to be here together. Thank you, Sweetwater. Everybody who's made it possible for us to awaken and remember. Yeah, good. Thanks. Perfect. Yeah. I have copies here. So I have the good fortune to be a part of the gathering to protect the sacred that happened in South Dakota. And that's led to now the campaign to protect the sacred. This is led and guided by Indigenous people. This is a call for unprecedented unified action. This is the recognition that we're at a moment unlike any other. As Chief Spence says, it's not a moment of prophecies, it's a time for the fulfillment of prophecies. And this was as it was meant to be, that we'd find ourselves here with an incredible narrative. I brought a copy of a paper that Phil wrote with Rex Weiler on our critical state, the critical state of our Mother Earth. I warn you, if you read this paper, you're going to cry. It's amazing that, when I grew up, I thought somewhere there must have been adult supervision on this planet. Right? Like somewhere there'd be a group somewhere to make sure we wouldn't really find ourselves in the position we're in. And just the other day, I heard a beautiful description for enlightenment. Enlightenment is sanity. And I think that's what we're all here, to wake into the sanity that's necessary to stop this insane need to just feed the hunger for greed at no cost, at no limit, just as if it cannot be insatiated anyways. If there's enough money that you can give to people that are going to let them just buy off the sacred, as if it has a price. It's really come down to that. I'm happy to tell you, if you didn't see it in the U.S. press, on Tuesday there was an amazing gathering in Ottawa. The Yinka Dene Alliance gathered with the Yankton Sioux tribes and leaders from the Great Sioux Nation to sign the international treaty to protect the sacred from the tar sands. Yes. So, I know for myself, I have the good fortune and the privilege to be in this massive learning journey. And not once did I ever reach out my hand to any of the people that are here and it hasn't been greeted warmly. This is an amazing moment. We're learning how to relate to each other, how to respect each other, how to listen past our differences. And you can be sure that in the press what they want to do is demonize this. They want to make it, oh, it's a bunch of radicals. That's been the history of how they cope with something like this. It's not going to work this time. Look how beautiful. Thanks to Bill and the Backbone Campaign and the whole solidarity that's here. This is a privilege for us. This is our calling. This is what we're here to do. I feel so fortunate to have the sense that I belong here. I'm grateful to the Duwamish people to make it possible that we can welcome on their land. And I pledge my life to this. This is worthy of my life. What could I tell my children if I didn't come here? Where was I today? What was I doing when this was happening? So I want to just give thanks again for everyone who came here today to bring their words and their heart, recognizing that, it's my favorite Chinese proverb, still true, that if we don't change our direction, we're likely to wind up where we're headed. So it is with great reverence and respect that I pledge myself to continue to do the learning I need to do. There's a wise phrase said to me recently. It says that the opportunity is to behave into new ways of thinking, as distinct from thinking into new ways of behaving. Right? Behaving into new ways of thinking, as distinct from thinking into new ways of behaving. We are behaving as one today, as we stand in solidarity. And don't, you know, I am not fazed by what we heard the other day in the Senate. This is what the game is going to be. That is such a broken game, we know that. But we honor everybody and their children, all of us, for the better of the future, that we need to be able to stand and recognize that this is our moment. So it's with great respect and reverence, thank you for being here. I promise to do what I can. I have copies of this paper, The Critical State of Our Mother Earth, copies of the treaties. I'd love you to see it. The site, Protect Our Sacred, is intended to set up to keep us informed and become more aware of the risks that we all face together. Thank you again.
OCM, Aishka, CM John Raymer, thank you for your words. Thank you for your slacking and your medicine that you bring to the people. I'm so happy to hear wisdom, words coming from people. So many different people. We all carry wisdom, each and every one of us. Even the children carry a great wisdom, and we need to listen to them. Those people who are doing these things to Mother Earth need to listen to the children, because they are the future. I'd like to welcome Honorable Mike Evans here. CM, please come here and share some words. A song for us, CM. CM, in the language here. I speak a different language than the one here, but we'll wait for this train, I think. Hopefully it's not too long. Otherwise we'll all be straining to hear each other. I'd like to give thanks to my mom today. She's blocked some roads up there in Saanich near Sydney, and she's 80 years old. So if there's anybody out there that thinks they're too old or too young, or maybe they don't have the time to do something good for the future of our young people, well, my mom's out there doing this work, you know. And this PA system is being powered by the battery from her car. So she's helping out today. She's with us here. But gives a whole new meaning to idle no more, I guess. Hopefully this train is not too long. I think I want our Honorable Siop here to speak his words and have them be heard in his voice. You know, the teachings come in many ways, you know. My mom was taught patience as a young girl. Her mom and dad took her to the beach. They said, tomorrow morning we are going to get up really early and we go to the beach. You're going to help us. And she said, okay. And she got up very early before the sun. And there they went to that beach. And there her mom and dad worked. And they set her down. And there she just sat. They said, you stay there. My mom waited, but only a couple minutes, and she ran off to him, said, I want to help. You said I was going to help. And they just grabbed, they used no words. They grabbed her by the hand, and they set her back down where she was sitting on a blanket. And there, she only waited another 10 minutes and ran up and said, I want to help. Please, let me help. And she was very excited. Well, the fourth time this happened, she had sat for over 3 or 4 hours there in one spot as a young girl. And finally she got up. And she did not have any haste at that point. And she walked very slowly to her mother and said, please, can I help you? I would really, really like to help you today. And she was very calm and peaceful. And her mom explained, she said, you have helped us. And her father came up. We were teaching you patience. That's a story my mom still tells today. So that train taught us some patience. Comes in mysterious ways, the teachings. Aishka. Mike Evans.
Or you can call me Dita Halkade.
Sorry. He's teaching me things now. Sharing the teachings with me.
So Chief Seattle spoke in a certain way. He was a very large man, and when he spoke, all the other chiefs stopped and listened. So in the way he spoke is he said it twice. So this is what I plan on doing. I'll say what I need to say twice. In between, I'll give you a little bit of English. So those that need to use that trade language to communicate can. Twa Gualapu, to all you people, Twa Gualapu, you're my friends, my relatives. Dita Halkade Teetsta, my name is Dita Halkade. Dita Halkade Teetsta, Stahobschud, I'm Snohomish. Stahobschud, I'm Snohomish. Eslasliel Chud at the Kent, but I live in Kent. Eslasliel Chud at the Kent. So that's a little bit of an introduction, and so that you know who I am. My mom is Laverne Cooper Evans, and she was the eldest of Nestor Cooper. Nestor Cooper was the eldest of Jack Cooper. Jack Cooper was about the 8th child of Squawkla Blue Keok, Mary Jane, and John Cooper, who in 1848 jumped ship in what's now known as Port Townsend, that sort of area. So my family's been around here for a little while. And across the way, over this direction, is Suquamish. Over this way is up towards the Snohomish River is the Snohomish. And then down through here is the Duwamish. And as if you don't know, there's a place name right around the corner here that we call Shilsho, and it comes from an Indian word meaning sholof, means push your canoe. So Shilsho, it means a little pushing your canoe. So we want to welcome each and every one of you here today. And we have Ken Workman here from the Duwamish tribe that will do a little more formal welcome, if you will. Ken, would you like to come up and...
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Ken Workman. I'm a Duwamish tribal member and local in the area. And so when people would come onto the local land, onto your native land, there was always a welcoming committee somewhere. You had to ask for those kind of access rights. And so I'm here today to welcome all of you on behalf of the Duwamish to this land, to this Duwamish land. So let me do that in a little bit in Lushootseed. And the first, I have to introduce myself. My name is Ken Workman. I am of the Duwamish tribe. I am great grandson of Chief Seattle, who is just across the water over here. Welcome to this mighty land, used to be called Duwamish. Thank you, Mike. Paul.
Ken Workman, to your words, welcome us to this land, to your ancestors. Siap. If you guys want to learn one word from this land, this is the way I was taught to say thank you. Daha Dups Chu has breath at the end. Do you want to try that? Daha Dups Chu. You can say that to the Duwamish people. Daha Dups Chu. Duwamish. The Duwamish people. And so it's wonderful to hear words from this land. Ancient language, thousands and thousands of years old, many thousands. Ancient language that's still alive. I'm honored to hear those words. I would like to invite our sister from the Chinook people, Honorable Kate Elliott, here.
Masi, everyone. Klahoya. Laham. Greetings. Hello. My name is Kate Elliott. As my elders taught me, I want to let you know that I am the daughter of Kate Minster Ellis, who was the daughter of Jean Elliott, who was the daughter of our first contemporary chairman of the Chinook Indian Nation, Nick Elliott, Tai Elliott. And he was the third great grandson of Chief Comcomly, as many of you have learned from your good Washington State history. The Chinook people, through Lewis and Clark only, which is a shame, that we sheltered Lewis and Clark in 1805 and 1806. But more importantly, we have always been the keepers of the mouth of the Columbia River. There's a joke with some of our Yakima friends that we have the spring salmon ceremony in June so that they can have a good fishing season later in the year. So I'm here today to share with you something Paul sparked in my mind that he said was that we need to not move backwards. That things that have been happening over the last decade or so have been moving us backwards in the wrong direction. We're no longer moving forwards. And we need to remind people that. I brought something today that my great-grandfather, Tai wrote in about 1955. And I wanted to read it for you today. And this is to the Oregonian. And this is concerning the dams that they were putting on the rivers at the time. And it says, "It is our opinion that the Portland General Electric Company of Portland has misled the Warm Spring Indians into accepting an amount for a dam site on their land that is equivalent to about 1/14 of the annual value of salmon and steelhead runs that spawn the Deschutes River system and may be destroyed by it. Many members of the Chinook Indian Nation have made their livelihood from fishing on the Columbia River and its tributaries for centuries, and still do. With proper conservation, we expect to be able to do so for many years to go. Steelhead, salmon, and all our natural fish were our living, so we will fight, protect our rights at every legal method that is available to us. The white man has exploited our fishery and has found it necessary to enact laws of conservation to try to perpetuate the fish runs. It seems to us that all will be in vain if the dams on the Cowlitz River and the Deschutes River are built, and the white man, as well as the Indian, will suffer. So what happened? What happened at that time? What happened after they built those dams? Anybody who knows Southwest Washington knows that they actually take salmon from the bottom of the Cowlitz River and truck them up to the top so that they can spawn, that those fish no longer have the right to spawn naturally. And that being said, these fish are not the same as any other commodity that we have in our Grand Region. We have the land, we have the trees, we have the water, we have the soil, and they've been taking and taking and taking and not thinking, not taking a moment to think and stop and realize that traditional 7 generations from now, what effect is that going to have? And we can see that today from the 1950s to the 20 teens. We can see what has happened. That is proof. We need to remind people, we need to find what our ancestors said and take those lessons from C. Hall and other people. Take our lessons, learn our lessons, and perpetuate them today. Say, no, we will not allow you to ruin with tar sands. We won't allow you these pipelines. We won't allow these coal trucks and trains, because you know what? You guys came up with good ideas, 60 years ago, and they didn't go so well. We don't trust you anymore. And we need to say that today and every day. So I hope that you all will come with me and stand in solidarity and remember the stories and the lessons that our ancestors taught us, and look at our children and promise them that we will stop the degradation of our people and of our land. And this isn't just the responsibility of just you and me here. It isn't the responsibility of Native people. It's not the responsibility of the government. It's the responsibility of every single human being on the planet to take responsibility for their actions. Take a second, think about everything you're doing and how you can improve for the betterment of our children. Masi.
Thank you, Kate Elliott. And I'd like to invite our brother and sister here from up north. And I just heard his name, but I don't think I can recall it. Hushnooks? Hushnooks. Okay, Hushnooks. Please come share a song with us and some words. It's always good to invite an elder up to share some of the teachings and some of his voice and a blessing. So I know that they would like to do that. Please come forward and share us a song. Him and his wife here, please welcome them.
What's up? Excuse me, I gotta turn that way. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What I was doing was acknowledging the ancestors of the land and thanking them for allowing us to be on their land, for allowing us to be here to see the beauty of this land. And what I see is our ancestors paddling in our canoes, journeying. The beauty of the old way needs to be kept. The wisdom and the knowledge and the teachings passed down from generation to generation needs to be kept. How did our ancestors look after the land? How did they do it? Oh, Sim. My name is Noops. Kiboo. Well, the white man calls us Canadians. There used to be no border, but it was territory back in the day. But our people from up the north came down, and they had families. Like my brothers and sisters, they came down to Lummi, and they married into the Lummies, just like I did. My beautiful Lummi. And I'm a carver. I carve canoes. And I came from the residential school era where I was taught that being a First Nation, being an Indian, was savagery. And they looked down upon me, and they looked at me, and they said, "You dumb, stupid Indian. You're not worth nothing." And I hurt from that. It took me many, many years to heal. And what the men in the black robes used to do to us and the women. But our people hurt from that. And it's time for us to stand up and idle no more. Idle no more. To stand up, to look after your land. To stand up, to defend your land. Oh, Sam. It's a privilege to stand here, to share with you what the ancestors want to pass to you. They want me to tell you what's the meaning of my ancestral name. His Noops means pretend to die. Many years I was stricken with grief. Now I rise. I stand up and I take our young people and I carve a canoe and I teach them the old ways. I teach them like what my grandfather taught me when I was small. He said, "Hard times are going to come, grandson. Hard times are going to come." I don't know if he understood about the drugs and the alcohol. He knew about the alcohol, but the drugs he did not. He said, 3 things in life, grandkids, I want you to remember. I want you to remember who you are. I want you to remember what you are. And I want you to remember where you came from. You remember these things, grandkids, and you're going to make it. You're going to make it because hard times are going to come. My wife and I, we just came from down the railroad tracks in Ballard. We're putting flowers on a memorial tree for the ones that have been passing away on the streets. The native people. Whoever shall listen to the wisdom that life is for the living, we share with them. Even though they have addictions, but we share with them that a life is there for you for the choosing. That life is for the living. Oh, yeah. I'd like my wife to share some words.
My name is Linda. I'm Lummi Nation. I'm going to make this real brief and just share those words, that life is for the living. Those were the words that my mother said to me on her deathbed. Life is for the living. We have to make a way in this life to protect this environment. Idle no more. Life is for the living, people. Each one of you that are here are making a major statement with your life. You're doing something. You're making a difference. God bless you all. Let's get on this journey. Idle no more.
Oh, Siam. Thank you, Duwamish. I'd love to paddle a canoe over here, pull in, and have you people standing on the shore. I'd love to do that. And I journeyed many a journey in Canada on the Fraser River from the Stolo Nation. They asked me, Randy, would you come skipper a canoe? And I said, with who? The RCMP, he says. And I says, no, I don't think so. I don't like some people. There's the law. And the reason why I grew up not liking them was because of what they did to my dad. They threw him in jail because they didn't send us to residential school. And they just kept on throwing him in jail. And so I grew up, I didn't care for them. And then when they asked me that, I told them, no, I don't think so. But they said, I really need you to come help us, Randy. Your knowledge with the canoe and your knowledge for the young people, I want you to come to teach them the way of the First Nation people, the way of the Holomoch people. That's First Nation people. Holomoch. Then I says, well, call me again. I'll see what I can do. And came to the last minute, and they says, Randy, we need your help. And I said, okay. So we paddled from upriver in the Fraser River. And we're going through the rapids. And we pulled off at this reservation called Chihuahua. And this old man, white hair, he stood up. And he was from the RCMP canoe. And he says, I bring a story to you people. I'd like to come ashore because I'm hungry. I like to come ashore because I'm thirsty and I'm tired. And I want to share a meal with you. I got a sack of flour and I got some sugar. I want to come eat with you. But most of all, I want to tell you something. I want to apologize to you for what my ancestors did to you. Then I sat up in my canoe and I started really listening to him. And he says, I'm sorry. Let us people live together. Let us listen to each other. Let us share with you let us bring a healing to you, because we are sorry. But I'd like to sing a song to you from our nation. It's a prayer song, and I leave it with you, the Wamish people. And Hulitum. Hulitum, what I mean is white man. The Hulitum. We gotta get along. We gotta make things work. But most of all, we have to look after the land. Because when the Creator created this land, he sat back and he looked. And he seen that this land was good. And he told us to look after this land. And that's what we shall do. It's idle no more, people. Idle no more, brother, sister. We have to look after it.
Honorable people shared their teachings with us, the First Nations people. So thankful that we can hear the words of people from so many different places, share our hearts with each other, our teachings, and strengthen each other. And Andrew and Lena from the Highline First Peoples Center, are they here? Andrew and Lena? Yes. So they're going to share some words with us. Siem Nostalgia, friends and family. Oh, I was doing some hard work there. Thank you for doing that work. Please welcome our family here.
Andrew, good afternoon, good people. My name is Andrew, and I come from the Flathead Valley in Montana, and I live here now, though. And first off, I'd like to thank the Creator for this beautiful day and this land and bringing all of us together here, and it's good.
Lina, welcome. I'm the co-director of the Highline First Peoples Center in Highline. Can you hear? No. Should I start all over again? Yeah. Polito Ayanaka. Akaniha Alina. Are you hearing me now? Right into it, I see. Okay. You can tell I don't like this, right? I'm the co-director for the Highline First Peoples Center, and we serve the Highline School District. Andrew is our program development intern, and we're proud to bring him along with us for many things, but most recently he participated in the fast with Chief Spence. On one of the school grounds, he had staff and students to support him on a 5-day fast, and he's being recognized at We Day. I don't know if all of you know what that is, but check it out if you don't. He's being honored there. And I want to introduce some of our other First Peoples alumni and other students that are here, and my co-director, Holly Sheehan.
Hi, I'm Holly Sheehan. I'm the co-director of the First Peoples Center in the Highline School District. We're located at Big Picture High School, and everyone's welcome. We've got lots of events, and we're going to make sure to get flyers out so you all know about it. And I just want to say thank you for inviting us, and that having Andrew and all of our interns has been a huge gift for us at the First Peoples Center. We're a center that supports, our two goals are to support the self-determination of Native families in the Highline School District, and also to indigenize curriculum. We do a lot. We support the Native Student Alliance, and we've got alumni here that have been around from the beginning, who I won't point out because he hates when I do that. And but I want to give it over to Andrew to talk about his brave effort to be in solidarity with the Idle No More movement from the beginning, when he spent 5 days on our campus sleeping in a tent in Burien, fasting and praying and learning about the issues that Idle No More is here to teach us all about. So here's Andrew.
So I'm not quite sure what to say. Sweetwater asked me here and asked that I say what I had done, and I can tell you one thing is that I wasn't really planning to do anything, but the Creator came to me one night in a dream, and he told me that I needed to help and that I need to support Chief Theresa. And so the next day I worked with the people, my mentors, and the people in the Highline School District, and we made it happen so where I could do my fast, and I could do it on school grounds and raise awareness to all of my peers, all of the other youth on the campus, and all of the people in the community, because nobody really knew what was happening and how important it was. And so I'm just glad that I could be here today and that I could support and continue to support. And it just feels good to be here with all of you people, all of us here together. It's great, and I'm glad to be here. So, thank you.
Thank you so much for those words. I'd like to invite Sacred Water Drum to bless us with some drum song music here, so we'd like to do a round dance. Anyone feel like dancing here? You know what a dance is, right? Do you know what it means to dance as a Native person, though? It means to pray. And they said the old people were so good at praying that when they danced, all the young people just slowly fell off to the side, and the old people could dance and pray all night long because they would hold that thought of whoever they wanted to pray for in their mind, and they would pray as they danced. And so in the native way, in our ancient ways, so many things are a prayer, you know. To even walk upon Mother Earth. When they said we could not dance anymore, illegal till 1978 here in this land. But even to step in rhythm with a drum or a bell, to us that is a prayer and that is dancing. So the dance can be simple, it can just be a step, but remember it's also a prayer, CM. Nishchelacha, my friends and family, so that we can gather here. We'll create a circle maybe around this tree here. No, we could go around all three of these trees maybe, but why don't we go ahead and make a circle, and then we're going to go ahead and get warmed up on a little chilly day here. Sothlan the Squachel, a little bit cold today, so we can become a little bit quaitless after a little warm. Aishkasiyam.